Hi. Just a minute till I have picture. Can you hear me okay? Hi, four people. Just a minute. Can you hear me? Yes, we're live. Can you guys hear me? I'm going to show the picture in a second. I'm just walking outside. Oh, 7 people. 8 people. Yeah, can you hear me? I'm going to... Oh. Hey, guys. Can you hear me? I'm going to try to get some sun. Can you see me now? What's up? Hi, Virginia. I'm just outside trying to soak up some sun on my crown. Oops. How's everybody this Sunday? Hi. Hi, Peyton. Let me make sure I have everybody on here. Whew. It's so hot already here. And yes, I'm aware my face is toe up and my hair is toe up. But that's the awakening process, people. So yeah. What's up, everybody? Have you guys been having intense dreams? Yeah, I know. I've been inside too much because it's been so hot. But yeah. So I was just compelled today to come on and be in the sun. Hopefully nothing's coming out. And talk about some things. Got to finish mowing today. Ooh, that's gonna be a fun job. I heard it's pretty hot everywhere right now. So yeah, I'm in California, so it's pretty early still in the morning, and it's already hot. Yeah. So I wanted to tell you guys about some of my dreams and some things that have been happening on YouTube. I don't know if you guys noticed, there's been a ramping up of energy on YouTube in regards to fear mongering and building up to some kind of event. And I feel like there's a lot of liars, there's a lot of Masons that are peddling this narrative. Obviously, there's the narrative of the alien invasion, but there's also this narrative of civil war, or just war in general. Something in general, like a war general. But I mean, that's what Ronald Reagan had said, the thing that will, unite the whole globe would be an outside alien threat. So it's like we have the threat of war amongst ourselves, and then now this like impending threat from aliens. So yeah. Thank you, Peyton. Yeah. So just live streaming. So yeah, it's kind of like really getting pushed on us right now, the stress. And I have this like compounded stress of moving and really just this procrastination of getting rid of my old life. I had already been preparing to do this for such a long time. When I was going to move to Australia, I was supposed to like get rid of all my things, and then COVID happened, so I kind of got to delay that process until now. And just deciding, like things that you thought that maybe you would keep forever as like little memories and mementos, like how tied are you to those things? Good morning, Megan. Hi. Hi, Daniel. So yeah, I definitely channel the energy of, in the movie The Labyrinth, towards the end of the movie, where it's that like pack lady who lives in the junkyard, and she tries to trap the girl like with a fake room and like fake objects, and she's like, here's your teddy, don't you love your teddy, you wouldn't want to leave your teddy, and like keeps on handing her these like things or these objects from her childhood, and it's all just really just trash, and it's all just like not real. But like I have a lot of good stuff, like I have a lot of paperwork, so, and it's like I don't want to spend money for a storage unit. It's just, it's such a process mentally of like getting rid of your cube and your objects in the cube, your possessions. Like your possessions have, are like being possessed, like a spirit, like your possessions possess you. Like your possessions are like spirits that like the egregores, like the spirits attached to objects. It's like the more possessions you have, the more like spiritual entities you have around you, I guess. I don't know. But there's this whole like, this whole fantasy of having children and passing down like traditions and like mementos and things that were important to you in your life, like you're supposed to keep and like hand down to your children. And so like to just get rid of all your stuff is kind of abandoning that fantasy. But it is just a fantasy. It is just like a persona, like a mental construct that we're supposed to like kill off and to let die, so that we can resurrect, like a new life. But so yeah, so then I'm going to get into the dreams that I've been having. I'd say since they turned on CERN, I've been sleeping extremely deeply. Like for the longest time before, I was sleeping very lightly, like being woken up multiple times in the night, like feeling like I get a good rest, but not really feeling like I had like a deep sleep. But I was still dreaming and all that. But since they turned on CERN, like I'm like I am kind of relating to it, but I mean I do think that there's like, I don't necessarily think it is CERN, because I think you know, a lot of it is just smoke and mirrors, like it's like a theatrical play. So it's like the idea of CERN, but you know, something is happening and it has to do with the sun and, you know, the energy spikes and all that, and like how much of it is like a pre-programmed, you know, like a video game, like this is the time in the video game that these triggers, these doors are opened. But weird. Ugh, I'm already sweating. It's so hot. So what was I saying? So yeah, so ever since they turned on CERN, I've been sleeping extremely deeply, like waking up groggy and feeling like almost drugged, like just having like intense, deep, living different lives, dreams, which is normal for me, but like waking up with the sensation of like a thickness, like a tiredness, like I lived, like I need to go to sleep again because I'm exhausted from my dream life. I've been having that sensation. And the dreams are getting more vivid. I'm having more of a dream life within the time span. Like I'm living more hours in my dream life, like more lifetimes. But a few days ago, when they came out with the images from the James Webb telescope, and that's the other thing too, I've been waking up screaming, more like talk, like, I've been having a lot of spiritual battles in my dreams where my consciousness is being uploaded and I'm fighting it, like I'm lucid. And I'm like, it's like an actual battle that I'm doing. And I'm aware of its importance. The day that the James Webb telescope pictures came out, it's probably now like 3 or 4 days ago. I had a dream. I maybe just saw one video about it. But I was... You guys still there? I had gotten too hot. I got too hot. I'm kind of hot. Thank you. Thanks, Tim. Sorry guys, right in the middle of my dream. All right, let's look at comments. Let's look at comments to get people back. Daniel, left everything because your life is more important. My life is worth more. Pan's Labyrinth? No, the Labyrinth from the 80s, Revel to Expand. Sugar Shock says, when what you own starts owning you totally. Yeah. Daniel Schofield says, car payment is possession of you. Yep. Tom Hart says, hey, sweetie. Hey, Tom. How's it going? How's it going in England? Revel to Expand says, rich people hate minimalists. It's cute. Virginia says, me too. I've been sleeping deep and long. Larry says, the sun rotates on its axis every 11 years. It's happening now. Yeah. Tom says, plasma discharge is about to happen, for sure. Tom says, the sun resets and we wake up for real. Wake Up says, of course you have, because you are a witch. Wake Up says, and you are melting like Lauren Pritchard and her cat. That's not nice. Tim says, this chick is kind of hot, thank you. Tony Ann says, isn't she pretty? Oh, thanks, Tony. I got my Golden State Warriors cap on. Look, it's kind of like the smiley face. And if you don't know, San Francisco is called the city. The city. Like that's the Golden Gate for the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, it all means something. All right, so let's get back to my dream. The gremlins. Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear me. You probably hear me better now. Can you hear me better now? Thanks, guys. I don't know if you heard what I said, but I was reading the comments. Thanks, Sherry Ann. Well, I hope I'm kind of cute because I am Aphrodite, so you know I have to live up to something. But yeah, I realize my skin, my hair is not the cutest, but what can you do at the end of the world? I mean, yeah. So my dream. I don't know if you guys saw the images of the James Webb's telescope. Hey, Sherelle. What's up? Sherelle's in the house. Sherelle and I need to go to like Vegas together. We would like own Vegas. Sherelle and I, you and me, girl. You and me, Vegas, all the clubs. I know how to get in. We got it. We got it. Everybody's invited. Okay? Isn't that what like all of the end of the world movies end up like, where Las Vegas is like the new capital? It's like the new capital of the United States. It's in the movie like Left Behind with Stephen King. It's in lots of movies, isn't it? Or like Back to the Future. Don't they like have the president's headquarters in Las Vegas, Sin City? Anywho's, okay, so James Webb Telescope, if you saw it, there were like these images of kind of these translucent bean shape. I think there was like 3 of them, and they kind of look like amoebas or like a jelly, like a bean-shaped jellyfish. They had a colored kind of translucent, like whitish, pearly, and I think they said that they were either dying galaxies or birthing galaxies, some nonsense. So in my dream, it was like a long context of other stuff, but it was like I was going through realities, and like my consciousness was trying to get uploaded, and I think I was laying in grass, and I'm looking at the sky, and it's like these like sylphy clouds, and then they turn into these like bean-shaped, like they kind of had a sparkle to it, and like in the James Webb photographs. So these sparkly bean-shaped kind of like giant amoebas, and they were floating in the sky above me, and they were trying to suck my consciousness up. And there was like this sparkly light, and I think like kind of like in a different realm, kind of in my peripheral vision, the bean-shaped being kind of had a very attractive looking kind of alien gray type, but it kind of had like a Nefertiti type head, but it was very beautiful in the face, but it was all kind of white and kind of taunt skin. But they were kind of like a secondary entity, but the main entity was this like bean-shaped amoeba, and there was like 3 of them, and they were like coaxing me. They're like I think they were using this like kind of gray alien, but it was like a beautiful Nefertiti type gray alien, trying to like communicate to me like, come on, come up with us. Like it was like trying to beam me up like through like kind of Star Trek. It was like the what do you call them in Star Trek? The not the equalizers, transporters. Where they could beam you up. It was like this sparkly, like they're like don't be afraid, and I'm like no, like I knew it was like false, and I'm like no, and I'm like laying in my body, and I'm like trying to stay in my body, and it's like it got more sparkly, and like these like amoeba things are like kind of like swirling, and I'm like, I do not consent. And there was like layers of my consciousness, and there was like layers of me, And it was like there was higher layers of me saying like, you need to say it louder, you need to say it deeper. And I was like I was saying, I do not consent, I do not consent, I do not consent. And then there was like this other voice saying like, keep on, like you have to say, like all your layers have to say it. And I woke up screaming like, I do not consent, I do not consent. And like, you know, like I wake up screaming, and like Dimitri's like, oh, you're okay, you're okay, you're okay. So there was that. But this is not the only, like I've been having a lot of like where I've been trying to get uploaded, and like consciousness transfer. Like I'm more aware right now of my consciousness transfer. Usually I think my dreams, it's just like I have a new story, like the storyline changes. But now I'm like, I'm actually aware like there's like a consciousness transfer happening between bodies. And I'm being very resistant in my dream world right now to that. Peyton says, Tony, she's definitely beautiful. Oh, thanks. Cheryl says, hey, everyone. Tony Ann says, your energy is just awesome, babe. Totally love it. Oh, thanks, Tony. Cheryl says, let's go. I need a vacation. Jeez. Sherry says, hey, Cheryl. Josh says, the stand ends on Fremont Street. I live in Vegas. Yeah. Lots of, like, end of the world. You know, in Sin City, Sin is the moon, the sine wave. Cheryl says, thank you for the kind words on the inside. I'm just ready to drop some bombs. Okay, cool. Payne says, Cheryl, hey, beautiful. Genevieve, hi, Genevieve. Bonjour, Michelle, my belle. Tony Ann. Okay, bye, Cheryl. It's so hot right now. Have an awesome day. Genevieve says, hot as balls here in North Ontario as well, in the shade and sweating. Yeah, I'm in the shade and sweating too. Hi, Bokarek. Aphrodite, how's it going? Good. Bokarek, have you been watching, wait, let me read Genevieve's comment first. Think of me when you don't consent. I will pull you out, even though I will. Payne says, I myself am inside staying cool today. Cool. Peyton, are you? Well, correct. Did you? I just watched part of Drew, but he just mentioned he has another. He had another baby. He has 2 baby sons. Did you hear about this? I don't believe him. I don't believe him for one second. Yeah. So he says he has 2 babies. I guess his baby mama didn't breastfeed very good because you have 2 kids in 1 year. I guess they were using formula. I don't know. I'd like to see some pictures of this family fun. So anyways, yeah. No, I didn't see, but let me check. It's a lie. It's true. Yeah, he on his last, but he takes down his live streams almost immediately after he posts them. Oh, because he's claiming now that there's this shill donut, you know, because I always talk about the donut. It's donut and coffee is like this super mind control, but this is like he's like, the donut. And so Drew's like, he's copying everything about me. He's copying how I talk. He's like, no other truther has heard of this guy, the donut. It's like donut something. It's the donut show or... But yeah, he is a total like copy of Drew, but at least he shows his face. But it is an actor. Anywho, and he has like 80,000 subs. He's like an obscene amount of subscribers, which is just like Donut is Drew but better. Yeah, exactly. It's like an improved Drew. So Drew was like the like military shill that was like hired, like the paid like informant that to like do his like side YouTube gig, and they're like, oh, yeah, this is like what you're gonna, and then now they actually have like the real actor, like, okay, now you have the template of what we want, so just model this guy and we'll give you all the shit, we'll give you all the money, we'll give you all the subs, all the cred. And now Drew's like, oh, this guy's copying me. So I wrote on his channel, I'm like, who would believe a meth head like you? You know, because he always calls me a meth head. So, oh, no, the tables are turned. Now somebody's copying you, Drew. Oh, now somebody's copying your life. Now you're the targeted individual. Yeah, why don't you cry wolf? You cry wolf and see how many people come running. Yeah, after you like put everybody under the bus. So yeah, the police keep knocking on my door, like literally, for reals. I haven't been like super vocal about it, but I thought, you know, and this is a couple nights ago. They knock on my door late at night, like at 10, after 10, after all the lights are off. They came and knocked on my. They didn't knock on my door. They rang my doorbell. They rang my doorbell twice. They rang it, and then waited for about 2 minutes, and then rang it again. And they were like sitting outside in a cop SUV with all the lights turned off. And this is not the first time that they've come and rang my doorbell like really late at night. So I don't know what that's about. So it's really weird. But yeah, I've been having lots of flying dreams lately, and I wanna talk. Yeah, it is kind of scary. Like I know I've been, and it's kind of weird too because like I have been trying. Like people have been attempting to serve me, right? So like I thought maybe that was that, but then you know this whole kind of rental thing has been resolved. So like I don't know what it's about. It's pretty weird. So yeah, my dream of flying, I've been flying a lot in dreams, and I'm like 100% lucid, and I've noticed a lot of people have been talking about flying a lot recently, and like these freaking YouTube Masons are just like talking about dreams all of a sudden, and I feel like people have an aversion to hearing about other people's dreams, but for some reason, and now it's become a little bit more acceptable to listen to other people's dreams, but most of the time people have no patience for it. Like they don't want to hear, you know, another person's subconscious symbols, and like they just don't care. Like it's not important. I mean, I hope you guys find importance in my dreams, because I think my dreams are like prophecies. Like I have like a tie-in. And I know people don't dream like me, and I know for a fact that most people don't dream at all. They just have blackness. Like they just close their eyes and wake up. Sometimes they have a dream, but they hardly ever remember it. And usually it's like I think like an animal dream. Like there's not like a lot of context to it. Whereas like I'm actually like living other lives. But now you have these people like Jacob Israel, like who I'm not even to, and even Gina Marie Colvin Hill. You know, they're all talking about this storm coming, and that's 222. Like talking about dreams and flying. But anytime you listen to these people talking about their dreams, it's like such a script. Like I heard Jacob Israel, he was talking about this dream that he had, and the way he was talking about it, it was like he was reading a story. Because just dreams don't really happen like that. There's not like a beginning. I mean, there can be like a narrative, but like it's very interesting what's trying to be implanted into our subconscious right now. Like the jellyfish, the octopus, the plasma, the tentacles, the filaments, the cords, the waves, the tsunamis, the conflicts, the boundaries, the borders, the gates, the walls. Wall is law backwards. So anytime you see a wall or a name with a wall or a law is a wall, and a wall is a law. The walrus and the carpenter. The walrus is the Wall Street, the Wall-E technology, war. Carpenter is Jesus. the masons, the builder, and they harvest the oysters. They harvest the oysters because the oysters have the pearls, and they're tasty. So, and they were able to be harvested because the mama oyster sold the babies away for a better life. So my dreams were like, so yeah, there's all, and then like there's that musical instrument, the lyre. What's Lyre, and it's like a mini harp, a lyre, and it's like the chord, it's like a frequency. But yeah, like this dream I've had, I've been flying a lot in my dreams, night or day. A lot of times the nighttime flying dreams is during an alien abduction, where I'm able to kind of fly above the ships which hang out in the clouds. This latest flying dream, it was like a kind of an Oktoberfest. It was like a big festival, and I was like in this bustling like downtown. It was like a European downtown with the kind of the skinny little buildings and like a cobblestone square. And there's all these people in like little cafes and like people sitting out, you know, enjoying the festivities. And there was like this long line. It was a line of waiting. I think people maybe were maybe it was to leave, or it was to get uploaded or something. And I decided instead of waiting in the line, I would fly. Like I was just gonna fly. And it's like in my dream, I know nobody else can fly. And like I'm very lucid. It's like I have the same mentality as I do right now. So the flying has to do with buoyancy. And in this realm of my dream, I have all of my kinetic senses. So and there's a gravity, and there's like an exertion. Like I get tired if I'm too active. It's like I run energy like I do here. Like if I ran really fast here, I'm gonna get tired. And in this kind of dream that I'm talking about, I'm doing activities and I'm getting tired. So like while I decided not to wait, and it's like I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna fly, and it's like I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck that nobody else can fly. I don't give a fuck that everybody else is gonna be looking at me. So the way like you fly, it's like you have to consciously change your buoyancy. So it's like I don't know how much experimentation you've done with swimming, or I used to hang out in the pool a lot growing up, like all day swimming in the pool. And there's like ways that you can change your buoyancy, and it has to do with like how you keep air in your lungs, but it's like it's also consciousness of like you can consciously make yourself feel like a rock and you'll sink. I don't know if anybody will really understand this, how I'm explaining it, but you can like condense your body into a shape and also like a consciousness where you'll sink, and then you can sink, and then you can open your body up and like consciously like fill up your fat cells with like plumpness and like push the air in a different spot in your lungs, and you'll float. So it's like it's part mechanical, but it also has to do with like your consciousness and how you like arrange the density of your body, and how you like scoop like your surface area with your arms and your legs and like your position. So when I'm flying in my dreams, it's like, okay, so I'm like, it's like I went up to the counter, there's this long line. So I'm like, okay, so I turn around, and instead of like walking away, I start to like walk, and it's like I scoop. It's like I scoop, like almost like a flap of my wings, but I don't have wings. I start scooping and like pedaling, and I start, it's like I scoop up this little like staircase, but it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of effort. I do a couple scoops, and now I'm probably like 10 feet off the ground hovering. And that's when like the hardest time is that when I feel the pull of gravity, and it's like I have to keep scooping and have to switch my consciousness to super buoyant flying. But this is like where I have a lot of failure. Like if I try to overcome it too much with my actual physical effort, I'll just sink and I won't fly. And then I'll try to jump again and scoop, and like each time it will get harder and harder. But like after the second scoop, if I just like relax and know that I'm flying, and all of a sudden, and like just like, okay, like it's like so I'm like scooped, and now I'm just like, okay, and then I'll start floating up. Sometimes I'll shoot up, like I'll like rocket up, and that kind of scares me because I'll go too high. But I'm getting really good at controlling this now. So when I switch my consciousness and like my buoyancy changes, and then I can change my buoyancy, which is the level of how much I float, with my consciousness. But it's like this fine control. And it also has to do with my positioning. I don't know if you ever done like the skydiving simulations in the wind tunnels. It's like that, where there's that big fan blowing you up, and then you're in a suit and like a flying squirrel. Like there's those flaps here, and you have to hold your body in a certain position for you to like be suspended underneath the fan. And so it looks like you're skydiving. It doesn't feel like you're skydiving, but that's how I have to be in my dream. I have to constantly be cupping the air in with my arms and my legs and with my body to over the hot air at the beach that hits the cliffs. It's kind of like that. So when I'm doing this in this recent dream, I'm looking down, like right when I started doing this first two scoops, like everybody stopped what they were doing. So like everybody can see me really well, and I'm not too high, and I start flying around like this building and flying around the people in the cafes. Like, yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that too, Bookrak. I think because it's a way into your subconscious. Ace Space and Nation says,